9 years old, she did a maths GCSEs. Look at that simmer, yeah?
Okay.
I barely got a C in maths. She did her maths GCSEs at 9. When she was 11, I believe she went on to university to further education. I don't need to say anything else more. But currently she's writing a book on the blockchain. She goes from event to event to event to event. I've never seen someone tackle so many events in my life. She's absorbing as much information as she can. She's a whiz when it comes to the blockchain. She's highly intellectual, so I want you guys to really listen to what she has to say. Let's welcome to the stage, Christiana.
Thank you so much. Oh my word, how am I supposed to follow that up? Oh my gosh. But thank you so much, Balbert and Maurice, for that amazing introduction. Nice to see you. Oh, lovely. So I wanted to take this opportunity to just share a few of the insights of what I picked up in the blockchain space. So you're probably wondering, okay, you've gone from passing GCSE at 9 and going to university at 11 to blockchain. How do you get there? What's the gap? So what happened was 7 years ago, I really took part in a hackathon called Hackcoin, where we had to use blockchain to give an identity to 230 million children who had been unaccounted for by authorities in Africa and India. So the idea that we came up with in the group that I was in was that we would use biometrics, or we'd take a picture of the child's face and we would take their fingerprint and store it on the blockchain every year of their life. And when they turn 18, they own that digital identity. So in fact, that idea won the hackathon, won a bit of Bitcoin. I probably shouldn't say that to make myself target, but I'll say it anyway. And for me, that was my first foray into the space. So what I did after that was I just started finding out a bit more about the different use cases that blockchain was being used for, like supply chain management and also being used to store medical records as well. And so I was documenting, my learnings and what I was picking up from the space. So I spoke a bit about zero-proof knowledge, which is the basis for the trustless mechanism in blockchain. And then, from there, I was a mystery guest at the first ever Cambridge Blockchain Conference. I don't know how they got hold of my details, don't ask. I just was happy to be invited. Following that, I then got featured in MIT Technology Review, which is a peer-reviewed publication documenting innovations in technology. So in terms of when you look at quantum computing, they were one of the leading or first institutions that looked at providing education around that. So following that, I was then approached to write a book on blockchain, and that's what's brought me here today. So in terms of what I aim or endeavor to achieve is to provide education for people who want to get into Web3. So my goal and the aim of the book is to be able to break down blockchain and ultimately DLTs, or distributed ledger technologies, sorry for the jargon, break it down for people who have not come across it before, or people who are introductory to the space, so that they can have a better understanding of what the technology can do. So that's me in a nutshell. I'm wondering whether or not I should, impress you with some facts about blockchain. I'll probably start with, in terms of the history. I'll make it quick. When you look at the history of blockchain, most people think it started in 1991. Now, one thing that I found out is that the proof of work protocol, which is the basis of most blockchains at the moment, actually started in 1982 by a cryptographer called David Chong. And what I feel that the reason why I thought I'd mention that is because a lot of people gloss over that and they start from 1991, which is when the biggest impact happened, when the idea that you could store a digital document on a block was conceived. I would also like to sort of finish on the fact that I'm documenting the process of writing this book online. So if you follow me on LinkedIn, Christiana Imafidon, that's where to find me. I'm talking about all the things that I've learned and the origins of cryptocurrency, which I found out today started in 1998. That's when the term was first coined. I hate to bore you with more trivia, but I will finish shortly because I know you want to get on and enjoy yourselves and network. But yeah, so the term cryptocurrency actually stemmed from a person called Wade Dye, who actually used it in what was known as the cypherpunks mailing list. So they already had a mailing list of people that they were interacting with in 1998, and what they coined it for was to describe the idea that you could use cryptography to create and control money. But now that I see that and I have an understanding of what money really is, which is three things. It's a unit of account, it is a means or a medium of exchange, and it is also unit of account, means of exchange, store of value, that's it. You know, when you look at cryptocurrency, on the last point of it being a unit of account, it falls down. But in terms of it being a store of value and a means of exchange, it holds up. So I don't actually call it cryptocurrencies, I call it cryptographic monetary assets. And that's something that I'll be talking about in the book. But if you'd like to find out more information about the book, come and see me after. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your night.
Let's give another round for Christiana.